Hi, my name is David Broom. I've been in the heating, air conditioning, electrical business over 40 years now. I am licensed in South Carolina, North Carolina electrical, commercial and residential heating there, and hold a state commercial master electrician license. Today I want to talk to you folks about converting over from R22 to 421A. Why you should, how you can do it, and why it is very profitable and very safe for the environment. I first need to thank four people. I need to thank the cameraman, Brandon McAllister, and production manager, my great assistant, Tyrone Harris, my good friend, Ken Ponder, who manufactures Choice R421A. And got to thank CC Dixon for the donation of their recovery tank for this use on this project today. We're going to talk about two things today. Why we want to use 421A and how to charge with 421A. Many people have got the understanding that all you ever want to use is superheat. Anytime you use superheat is only when you have a fixed orifice or a piston actuator. When you charge and your indoor air handler has got an expansion valve, or commonly known as a TX valve, you want to use subcooling. Normally, as a rule of thumb, the manufacturer of more modern equipment, whether it's R22 or 410A, will have the required subcooling listed on the equipment or inside the unit. Older equipment, generally you want to get between 8 and 11 degrees subcooling. I don't know how many people out there work on the mobile home industry. Many times, I have seen so many times people go out there and grossly overcharge equipment, oversize the equipment, and it's because they don't understand subcooling and superheat. You can take the average mobile home, 3-ton condenser, 3-ton 8-core. And as a rule of thumb, everybody says, that's what you need to do. Well, you need to throw away your rule of thumb and get back to your basic refrigeration. Put you a good 8-core in there with a TX valve, charge it with subcooling. You'll improve your efficiency by 25%, save the customer a lot of money, and save a lot of power. And we've already skipped through the recovery of the old R22 out of the system. This system here holds 55 ounces R22. We recovered approximately 58 ounces. This is a ICP product, 1.5 ton heat pump, matched with a 1.5 ton heat pump air handler inside, with a TX valve. We have pulled a vacuum on it after we recovered it. If you don't have a micron gauge, I would recommend you go buy one today, and a vacuum pump. You need to at least, it's recommended that you pull the system down to 400 microns. Make sure you have a clean and safe internal refrigeration system. 421A is a 2-part blend refrigerant manufactured by Ken Ponder and his company out of Georgia. My reason for wanting to make this commercial ad is to help and educate our people in our industry, plus save you some money. Right now, a 30-pound cylinder of R22 is going for $400 a cylinder. 421A you can buy for $250 a cylinder. There are so many advantages of 421A versus R22. Many of your wholesale houses will no longer pay you for the R22. Well, you save up your R22, send it back to Ken Ponder and them down there to Recovery Service Business, and they'll send you back 30 pounds of R22. It costs $175. Right now there's an overabundance of R22, but with EPA cutting the production by 40% in 2 years, there'll be a great shortage of it, and the price will really skyrocket. So today we're going to skip over a lot of things such as the recovery, the vacuuming, and we're going to get right into charging the system. You have to charge in the liquid stage with 421A since it is a blend. And to assure you folks that it's safe, I'm actually putting this in one of my own units at my own house. That's how confident I feel in the product. And once you use it once or twice, you'll fall in love with it too. This is not a drop-in replacement. You cannot add it to R22 or any other refrigerator, because once you do, you no longer have a proper blend. Okay, thank you everybody for a little inconvenience and downtime there. Subcooling charging method is used for the expansion valve for 410A and R22, which we're going to charge this unit in a few minutes. Subcooling is defined as a temperature of liquid refrigerant when it is cooled below its condensing temperature. Subcooling takes place in the condenser and is determined by subtracting the liquid line temperature as read on the digital thermostat strapped on the liquid line from saturation temperature gauge temperature. The temperature corresponds to the pressure reading on the high side. First, locate the unit required subcooling. From unit nameplate or literature, you have 8 to 12 degrees subcooling. Step 2, measure your liquid pressure, convert to temperature. Step 3, subtract required subcooling from step 1, from converted temperature. This is a required liquid line temperature. Measure your liquid line temperature. If the measured liquid line temperature does not equal required liquid line temperature, add refrigerant to lower the temperature, or remove refrigerant to raise your temperature. Allow a tolerance of 3 degrees Fahrenheit. Now folks, this is something that you can't do in 2 minutes. A lot of you guys will just go out there and just dump the gas in. You need to let the system run for about 5 or 10 minutes. As I know, this system holds 55 ounces, as I stated before. I'm going to go ahead and put in 3 pounds of liquid, and we're going to let it stabilize, and then we're going to start the unit up. Okay, got my assistant go inside, turn the thermostat on. You measure your indoor temperatures and relative humidity, which were
73 degrees, 48.
73 degrees and 48% relative humidity. You need to make sure you have a good sling psychometer or electronic thermostat tester that reads wet bulb, dry bulb, and relative humidity. We're just waiting on the time delay to kick in, and then we're going to finish charging it. Usually, as a rule of thumb, this is just as a rule of thumb, 421A, you only require usually about 80% of your nameplate charge for R22. Another savings there you've got. You're not going to need as much refrigerant as you did. And I have typically found in this industry that 95% of all refrigerant is put in system, these guys constantly overcharge. When 410A first came out with, everybody, including the manufacturers, their remedy for charging it was charge it till the suction line is sweating. Well, on 410A, when you are using a TX valve and required to charge it by subcooling in the cooling mode, if you're off as much as 2 or 3 degrees on your subcooling, you could be losing up to 30% efficiency. We're going to get our liquid line temperature down there, and then we're going to figure out exactly how much refrigerant we can add to the system. I got lucky for once in my life. Right now, start up. We're running approximately 70 pounds on the low side, 140 on the high side. It's nothing uncommon on the newer equipment, newer efficiency equipment, that especially R22, on a 95-degree day, that you'd be running 225 pounds head. Not like it was 15, 20 years ago on some of your older equipment. On a 95-degree day, it wouldn't be nothing uncommon to be pumping 300 pounds. That's why it's so critical to learn how to charge equipment properly. There's so many individuals out here that's got a set of gauges and a tank of gas. They don't have a vacuum pump. And in the state of South Carolina, it's an alarming, scary fact that less than 5% of all the refrigerant is recovered. Fellas, one of these days, EPA is going to come knocking, and when they do, you better have your books in order. Your technicians are out there just dumping the gas. They're costing you money. They're harming the atmosphere. And plus, they're putting you in a bad, bad situation if someone turns them in or if EPA catches you. We started our inside temperature with 73 degrees Fahrenheit, relative humidity 48.2. After 5 minutes run time, our return temperature was 66 and our supply temperature was 46. That gives us a 20-degree split on the coil, which is beautiful. Our liquid line pressure was 150. When we convert that over from 150 on R22 scale to temperature, we're right at 82, 83 degrees. Okay, so if we subtract our 83 from our 73 from our 83, we're right at 10 degrees sub 2. Friends and folks and fellow Freon jug toters, you're not going to get any better than that. This is David Broom signing off. Wait till the next one. Now, we are going to show you some safety features.